We're in Kiev for Ukrainian Fashion Week, where designers and models from across the country have come for the most glamorous event of the year. Now, there had been talk about canceling this year's event due to the ongoing political crisis in the country, as well as the occupation of Crimea by Russian forces. But as you can see, things are moving forward, and people from across the world are here to see what Kiev has to offer. Models showed off the latest styles from Ukraine's top designers in a glitzy event meant to send the message that the country's culture scene is alive and well. JN1 was invited backstage to meet some of this year's top talent and chat about the future of the country's budding fashion industry. One of the most talked about collections was by Ukrainian fashion brand Yelena Reva, which this year showcased a line of contemporary women's styles. Yelena Reva's managing director said the event was nearly canceled due to the ongoing crisis in Ukraine. But designers and organizers decided not to let fear get in the way of putting on a show.
Obviously, fashion show is a show, so it's a little bit about performance and it's a little bit about of your statement in life. So obviously, it's a revolution happening in the country, and it's almost a war happening in Crimea. But it's not even about trying to push things forward and say that like, oh, life is so beautiful still. It's more about bringing the subject that fashion industry is still the economy of the country, and tomorrow the war gonna finish and the life going to continue in the country, and for us it's very important to give our impact into economy, society, and fashion industry overall.
From the dressing room to the catwalk, models were in top form for one of Eastern Europe's chicest celebrations of beauty and style. More than 40 designers were at this year's Fashion Week to show that despite the recent political turbulence, Kiev can still put on a show. Style enthusiasts showed up in their fanciest ensembles to rub elbows with Ukraine's fashion elite.
Fashion Week is the best event of the year.
And while peace has returned to Kiev, which was rocked by months of anti-government protests, fears of war with Russia have gripped the capital after Russian forces invaded the Crimean Peninsula. Attendees and local fashion experts said that this year's show is especially important because it shows that Ukraine's arts and culture scene is still thriving.
It's not just the partying, because every year every designer has after party after the fashion show, and this year just because of this situation, not very good situation in Ukraine, we decided not to spend a lot of time of partying, just professional, because we have to show for the whole world that beside of this so-called war, let it say war, we have to work, we have to go from all this bad situation.
To Ukrainians at this show, Fashion Week is a way to demonstrate to the world that their spirit remains unbroken as the country moves ahead into a new political era. For JN1, I'm Chris Collison with Rahim Rahimtullah in Kiev.